Hello there, CHA students. You're watching the introduction video to College English 2. My name is Professor Quick, and here with me today is
Professor Kwan.
And today, together, we're going to describe and introduce to you College English 2. So let's go ahead and get started. Right, so just like we talked about in College English 1, we want to talk with you about the benefits of learning English. Now, there are many benefits to learning English, but some of the ones that we think are important are as follows. The first one is that you're going to be able to communicate with people from around the world. English is a global language. It's used for travel, it's used for business. So learning the language will give you an opportunity to communicate with people outside of your normal circle. Secondly, it'll increase your opportunity to find gainful employment. As the world becomes a smaller and smaller place due to technology, we now have the opportunity to communicate with others from different cultures and different backgrounds. And being able to communicate effectively in a global language will increase your chances for landing that perfect job. And then last but not least, you'll be able to travel confidently and gain new experiences of different cultures. Now, this is a big one for many of us because a lot of us have traveled outside our native country to come here and experience new things. Now, Professor Kwan is going to tell us about the goals of College English 2.
All right, so we have a few goals here. We have a list of 4 goals right here. And this class, our main goal is to improve your reading and writing skills. So last semester in CE1, we focused on more listening and speaking. This semester, we are focusing on your reading and writing skills. Next, this course will help you use English confidently in daily and academic life activities. So hopefully you'll get a lot more practice during class and be able to apply that to your own college lives. Next, this class will teach you important vocabulary and grammar that you need as you read through different writings and as you write your own writings as well. Finally, of course, we want to provide some fun activities to practice your English in real-life situations. So a lot of the topics in our books are really applied to our daily lives, and we try to make them fun and interesting for you all.
All right, so now let's talk about the course objectives. Just like Professor Kwan described the course goals, the objectives are a little bit more specific to show us what we actually can do from this course. So the first thing is we want to be able to understand short reading passages, right? As we go through this course, we're going to learn the skills and vocabulary that we need to help us understand academic reading passages. And this will be useful because you'll be able to use it later in life when you need to read an email or maybe an office memo, something of that sort. Next, we're going to be able to express our ideas through structured writing. Now, you might think to yourself, I already know how to write. I can write a paragraph in Korean, right? But writing is a little bit different in English, and we're going to teach you the tricks and tips to help you improve your overall writing. And then with that, writing and reading, we're going to help expand your vocabulary and also develop a little bit of grammar. Now, it's not really a grammar class per se, but we will learn some grammar as we go through the course. And then finally, just so that we make sure to practice some of the skills that we learned in College English 1, we're going to emphasize listening to the academic talks that the professor gives and also participate in discussions with your classmates and your overall class group.
All right, next, let me talk to you about your assessment and grading. So you have 4 items right here. You only have these 4 sections in your final grade. And first of all, we have your midterm exam. And this accounts for 30% of your total grade in this class. Next, our other exam is the final exam. This is another 30%. And so 60% of your total grade comes from these two exams. And then the last 40% comes from attendance. So this is coming to class every week and coming on time, of course. And then the last 20% is your in-class participation grade. And this is very important. Not only do you have to come to class on time, but you have to be active and talk to other people, talk to your professor during class time, and bring your materials and textbooks every week too.
Alrighty. Now, as Professor Kwan mentioned, you have to bring your textbook to class every week, right? This is the textbook that we'll be using in the course. We'll be using Unlock 1, and you'll notice that its subtitle is Reading, Writing, and Critical Thinking. And as we cover this book, we'll be covering these themes: places, festivals and celebrations, internet and technology, and then finally, weather and climate. Professor Kwan, would you talk about some of the activities we'll be doing?
Sure. So finally, in our in-class activities, we will be doing, of course, reading activities. So in each unit, we have a few readings that we will focus on for the theme of the unit each week. And we'll also be doing some speaking activities with a partner in pairs or in smaller groups as well. And finally, you have some short paragraph writing assignments, and these will be done in class at the end of each of the units.
Okay, and some final notes for College English 2, right? So this class is conducted in English, so you should expect everybody to speak English during the course, right? The professors will be speaking English, and your classmates should also be speaking English. Now, with that, the expectation for you is that your professor will expect for you to try your best to participate in English any way that you can. If you know the answer to a question, try to answer it. If you need some help, ask a friend in English for some help. Okay? Now, with that in mind, right, we want to make sure that we create a safe space for everybody to share their ideas, right? So we want to make sure to respect different opinions and ideas, okay? And the last thing is please check the syllabus for more details. Okay? So thank you for watching this course introduction video. We look forward to having you in our classes. We'll see you in this next semester.
All right, see you all in class.